Every day you're staring at a mirror that doesn't lie. The man looking back isn't the one you swore you'd become. You told yourself you'd build that business, write that book, sculpt that body, but your evenings, they're a graveyard of broken promises, buried under Netflix binges and Instagram posts that vanish into the void. The Japanese don't play this game. Their evenings are a dojo, a battlefield where they sharpen their minds and forge their futures. They don't collapse, they conquer. These 5 habits, drawn from samurai discipline, Zen clarity, and Kaizen's relentless edge, will transform your after-work hours from a wasteland into a war room. But first, let's meet Jake. Jake was you, a 29-year-old sales rep grinding 9 to 5, coming home to a couch and a phone. He'd scroll X for inspiration, watch YouTube videos on how to get rich, and tell himself, tomorrow I'll start. But tomorrow never came. His dreams rusted, his evenings bled out. Then he stumbled across a Japanese concept that flipped his life upside down. Ichigyo Zamai, one task, total focus. It was the first spark that lit his evenings on fire. Let's break down the 5 habits that can do the same for you. Habit 1, kill the work ghost. Your brain's a war machine, and after 8 hours of corporate trench warfare, it's locked in survival mode. Reactive, cautious, running on fumes. You can't forge a legacy with a mind wired to dodge office politics or kiss up to a boss. The samurai knew this. They called it mushin, the no-mind state, a mental reset that cuts ties with the chaos of battle. After slicing through enemies, they didn't drag the blood home. They'd clean their katanas, sip tea under moonlight, or write poetry, not because they were soft, but because they knew switching mental gears was the only way to stay razor sharp. This isn't just philosophy, it's neuroscience. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that dreams and creates, is suffocated by the amygdala's fight or flight mode after a day of deadlines and drama. You can't build while you're still dodging bullets. So when you leave work, leave it. Don't check emails. Don't replay that meeting where your boss tore you apart. Don't let the work ghost haunt your evening. Create a ritual of severance. For Jake, it was 10 minutes of silence in his car. No phone, just the hum of his breath. For you, it could be a walk through the city's pulse, a cold shower to shock your system, or cranking Metallica to purge the day's poison. The point? Slaughter the work ghost before it poisons your night. Start small but deliberate. Pick a ritual. 5 minutes of journaling, a quick stretch, or even splashing cold water on your face. Make it non-negotiable. Jake's car ritual became his mental guillotine, severing the corporate drone from the warrior he wanted to be. A man who carries his battles home is already defeated. Don't be that man. Kill the ghost and step into your evening as a creator, not a casualty. Habit 2, hunt, don't scroll. You're not researching when you're doom-scrolling X or binging motivational videos on YouTube. You're chasing dopamine hits, not progress. Every inspirational post about some crypto bro's morning routine is a thief stealing your time. The Japanese merchants of the Edo period didn't waste hours on idle chatter. They practiced shugyo, relentless skill acquisition, hunting for tools, knowledge, and strategies to deploy when the time was right. They weren't consumers, they were predators. Stop worshiping other people's wins. Every minute you spend watching someone else's success is a minute you're not building your own. You're not learning. You're procrastinating with a side of self-loathing. Instead, become a hunter. Curate a war chest of resources, articles, tutorials, books, but don't devour them yet. Jake started saving 1 article a night to a Notion board, tagged by goal, business, fitness, mindset. He'd spend 15 minutes hunting, not consuming. This shift wasn't just practical, it was psychological warfare against his old habits. Each saved resource was a brick in his fortress, a dopamine hit from building something, not just spectating. Stop being a spectator in your own life. Scrolling is sedation, hunting is strategy. You're not a sheep grazing on content. You're a wolf stacking weapons for the fight. Spend 15 minutes each evening collecting 3 resources tied to your goals. Save them, organize them, move on. You're not here to feel inspired. You're here to arm yourself for war. Habit 3, 1 strike every night. You don't need 3 hours to change your life. You need 5 minutes of intentional action. The Japanese concept of Kaizen isn't about Herculean leaps. It's about 1 precise strike daily. Swordsmen didn't flail with 1,000 sloppy cuts. They practiced 1 perfect slice every day, quality over quantity. Pick 1 goal, your book, your side hustle, your deadlift, and hit it for 5 minutes every night. No excuses, no negotiations. In Demon Slayer, Tanjiro doesn't become a demon-slaying legend overnight. He trains daily, one swing at a time, even when his lungs burn and his body begs to quit. That's Kaizen in action. Small, deliberate steps that compound into mastery. Jake applied this by writing one paragraph of his business plan every night. Some nights he'd flow for 30 minutes, others he'd grind out 5, but he never hit 0. Those 5 minutes became his middle finger to mediocrity, rewiring his brain to crave progress over comfort. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones, said Confucius. Your ego wants the marathon session, the overnight success. Your future demands the daily strike. 5 minutes isn't weak, it's a rebellion against a world that wants you distracted and docile. Start small, but start now. Habit 4. Survive the dark days. Some nights you're a walking corpse, sick, stressed, or shattered by life's uppercuts. Most guys quit here muttering, "I'll restart when I'm ready." That's a death sentence. The Japanese craftsman embraced Yugen, a philosophy of finding beauty in the fleeting, the broken, the imperfect. On your worst days, do the minimum effective dose. 1 push-up, 1 sentence, 1 email, anything but 0. Meet Alex, a 42-year-old dad and IT manager. His evenings were devoured by diaper changes, overdue bills, and bone-deep exhaustion. He dreamed of learning to code to escape his soul-crushing job, but kept waiting for the perfect moment. It never came. Then he found Yugen. On brutal days, he'd write 1 line of code, just 1. It felt laughable, but it kept the fire burning. 6 months later, he landed a developer job that doubled his income. Why? Because he refused to let the flame die. You don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great, says Zig Ziglar. On dark days, survival is victory. 0 is the enemy, not imperfection. Life doesn't care about your goals. Sick kids, work crises, or a bad breakup will derail you. The key isn't to push harder, it's to show up lighter. 1 line, 1 rep, 1 email. It's not about progress, it's about defiance. You're telling the universe, I'm still here. Habit 5. Embrace the void. Your brain's drowning in noise, podcasts, X-posts, notifications screaming for attention. You're terrified of silence, but that's where your genius hides. The Japanese call it ma, the space between. In Spirited Away, Chihiro doesn't find her strength in chaos, but in quiet moments staring at the sea. Your best ideas don't hit when you're grinding. They strike in the shower, on a walk, or when you're just still. Ma isn't just emptiness. It's the crucible where your subconscious forges breakthroughs. Your brain collects puzzle pieces all day, problems, ideas, patterns, but it can't assemble them while you're shoving more noise in its face. Give it space to work. Jake started practicing Ma on his balcony, staring at the city's neon pulse for 5 minutes. No phone, no distractions. One night, the core feature for his app hit him like a thunderbolt, a game changer that landed him his first investor. Genius is the ability to sit still and let the world speak. After your 5-minute strike, carve out 5 minutes of Ma. No music, no scrolling, just you and the void. Let your subconscious chew on your goals. It's not rest, it's alchemy. Your mind will start connecting dots you didn't know existed, turning raw data into diamonds. The payoff: forge your legacy. These habits aren't a to-do list, they're a war machine to reclaim your evenings and, by extension, your life. Kill the work ghost to free your mind. Hunt tools to arm your future. Strike once daily to build unstoppable momentum. Survive dark days to stay unbreakable. Embrace the void to unlock breakthroughs. Layer these habits week by week, and by month's end, you'll feel the shift. You're not a worker anymore, you're a warrior. Jake quit his soul-sucking job to launch his app, now pulling 6 figures. Alex coded his way to freedom, trading his cubicle for a life he controls. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They built in the cracks of their broken evenings. The Japanese didn't master time by luck. They did it with intention, discipline, and a refusal to let their evenings die. Your evenings are your battlefield. Stop wasting them. Start forging. What story will you tell tomorrow?